So they're locking us down, masks on our face so we can't even communicate with each other. And then they stick on also this freedom of speech issue. And we're seeing this digitally, you know, this big fight we've had over here for the last 3 or 4 months where we can't even say what we want to say. And the only way to communicate now is digitally. And so there's literally a handful of people, Judge, you know, we're talking, you know, head of Alphabet, Dorsey, Zuckerberg, that are dictating the entire freedom of speech, you know, manifesto of the American public and the world. You know, I've been told I'm one upload away from being completely deplatformed on YouTube. That's 9 years, 8,000 videos, 250 million views. And because it violates community policy, which when I talk to my rep, he doesn't even know the community policy. They change it retroactively. They're always making stuff up. And it's got to a point where I call my YouTube channel the Mr. Rogers channel. All I do is put out puppy dogs and unicorns. I can't talk about anything real. I have to use this digital freedom platform for that stuff, for the real conversations. How dangerous is it when they take away our freedom of speech?
Oh, then we're China. I mean, you know, then we're a socialist country. I mean, look, we're already experiencing it, Brian. You can't travel. If you travel somewhere, you come back, you got to be on lockdown, or there's nowhere to travel, or there's no flights. You can't go out to dinner. You can't go to games anymore. I mean, all of the freedoms that we enjoyed, you know, put the kids in the SUV and let's go see, you know, Auntie Lou somewhere in North Carolina. That's not happening anymore. And so we're becoming a beat down, kind of helpless, depressed society. And that's a perfect society to prey on. And then the question is, you know, your property. That's next. That is next. You know, if they can take away your freedom of speech, I mean, my God, freedom of speech in the United States of America. How does that happen? In the UK, who are these people? You know, there is a lawyer by the name of Lynn Wood who just got a verdict against the Washington Post, and he got a settled actually against the Washington Post and CNN for a young kid at Covington High School. He was wearing a MAGA hat, and it was at the Lincoln Memorial, and the press turned him into, you know, some kind of kid who was creating problem for this poor Native American. And he won that case. He's got 6 more to go. And I think you're going to see him, remember that name, as someone who was going to be fighting for the First Amendment as well, and defamation, and how they are now lying about us. That's the other side of the coin, that they're not letting us speak, but then they're lying about us too. I mean, there are 2 ways to look at this. And in the courts, that's working. And that's why it's so important to have Donald Trump. We need judges who recognize what the Constitution requires they do.